Amber Heard has announced that new evidence is emerging as she hires new legal counsel to appeal the verdict in Johnny Depp's defamation case. In this video, we'll take a look at everything you need to know about why Johnny Depp risks jail time after new evidence gets released. Curious to know? Let's find out. Amber Heard's new legal team has been revealed, less than a month after she officially filed a motion to appeal the Johnny Depp verdict. Amber Heard has hired new lawyers in her latest legal battle. After firing her attorney, Elaine Bredehoft, the Aquaman star has hired Ballard, Spahr's David L. Axelrod and J. Ward Brown as her lead appellate counsel. When it comes to protecting the fundamental right to free expression, we look at the jury's decision as the end of the beginning, not the beginning of the end. The actor's spokesperson told E! News, "A different court requires different representation, especially now that so much new evidence is emerging," the statement continued. Heard filed an appeal after losing the libel case against Depp and being ordered to pay $10.4 million in damages to her ex-husband. Now the actor claims to have new evidence that was not present during the 6-week trial, which was streamed live around the world. Can you hear that nervous click-click? It's the sound of celebrities quietly unlike Johnny Depp's victorious Instagram statement after he won his libel case against his ex-wife Amber Heard earlier this year. We're sure we don't need to recap the case, which has received approximately a gazillion words. In brief, Depp sued Heard for a 2018 op-ed piece in which she claimed to be a victim of domestic violence but did not explicitly blame him. The televised trial was a sickeningly heinous spectacle, described by one lawyer as the litigation equivalent of Squid Game. Heard was mercilessly mocked and walked away with her reputation in shambles, while Hollywood rallied around Depp. However, it appears that public opinion of Depp is changing. Over the last 2 months, more than a dozen celebrities appear to have unliked the actor's Instagram post. According to Twitter detectives, Bella Hadid, Halle Bailey, Amanda Knox, and a slew of other people we've never heard of, but who are apparently very famous, are on the list. What could be the source of this strong dislike? The fact that over 6,000 pages of court documents were recently unsealed, revealing a slew of new and unpleasant information about Depp. Surprisingly, Depp fans were the ones who brought this information to light. They crowdfunded the fees required to obtain the unsealed documents, which contains allegations that lawyers for Depp and Heard managed to keep out of the trial itself. The plans to find dirt on Heard, but their efforts appeared to have backfired. The documents are filled with nasty nuggets of information about Depp and reveal the extent to which his legal team weaponized misogyny throughout the trial. One of the most heinous claims in the documents is that Depp's legal team attempted to introduce nude pictures of Heard as evidence, as well as her brief stint as an exotic dancer. It's unclear which nude photos they were referring to, but they weren't used in the trial. However, Heard's iCloud account was hacked in 2014, and hundreds of naked photos of her were leaked online, causing her understandable distress. If Depp did try to have these photos used in a televised trial, it appears to be pure nastiness, designed to humiliate Heard. It's also a terrifying reminder that if a woman doesn't live a perfectly chaste life, the world will find a way to cast her as a slut, who is to blame for everything that happens to her. According to reports, among the unsealed documents were text messages from Depp's then assistant about the time the actor allegedly kicked Heard on a flight, Depp's legal team's cynical attempt to implicate Heard in the death of a friend who died in a car accident, and the fact that Heard willingly walked away from tens of millions of dollars she was due in her divorce proceedings with Depp. They also included a statement from Depp saying Heard had never caused him physical or mental harm, disturbing text messages between Depp and the musician Marilyn Manson, who has been accused of sexual abuse by more than a dozen women, all of which he denies, and claims that Depp's photos and audio tapes have been digitally manipulated and edited. On Wednesday, a 7-person jury in Fairfax, VA, determined that Miss Heard defamed Mr. Depp when she described herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse in a 2018 op-ed in the Washington Post. Mr. Depp was awarded damages in excess of $10 million. Throughout the trial, Mr. Depp vehemently denied Miss Heard's claims that she had subjected her to repeated physical abuse, including punching and headbutting, as well as several instances of sexual assault. Mr. Depp thanked the jury in a statement following the verdict, saying, "It gave me my life back." Miss Heard, who was in the courtroom when the verdict was read, said afterwards that she was beyond words disappointed by their decision. "I'm heartbroken that the mountain of evidence was not enough to stand up to my ex-disproportionate husband's power, influence, and sway," she said. Miss Heard did not appear encouraged by the jury's award of $2 million in damages, agreeing that she had been defamed in one instance by a lawyer for Mr. Depp. Miss Heard's spokeswoman, Alafair Hall, said she planned to appeal outside of court, partly to avoid public scrutiny. The bitter charges and embarrassing details in this case were aired not only in open court, but also in front of cameras that broadcast every accusation onto television and live streams, where they became memes and were debated on social media. Several witnesses called by Mr. Depp's lawyers questioned Miss Heard's accounts of violence, including police officers and actors' employees who said Miss Heard appeared uninjured at times when she claimed to have bruises. Others, including Mr. Depp's agent, testified that the actor had lost a $22.5 million deal to reprise his role in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise after Miss Heard's op-ed was published. Several witnesses, including Miss Heard's sister and a former makeup artist, testified to seeing injuries on Miss Heard around the time of the alleged abuse. Whitney Henriques, Mr. Depp's sister, stated that she witnessed Mr. Depp actively hitting Miss Heard while wearing a cast from his finger injury. The Virginia proceedings frequently became a stage where the couple and many of their associates recounted some of the most intimate, embarrassing, and frequently contradictory accounts of their relationship. Mr. Depp's texts to Miss Heard included insults and obscenities such as worthless hooker, an audio recording that shows Miss Heard calling Mr. Depp washed up and a joke, as well as other recorded arguments in which both parties appear to agree that they were violent with each other. Mr. Depp's drug use and past opioid addiction were frequently brought up, but his lawyers argued that he never claimed to be a saint, only that he wasn't an abuser. "I can't say I'm embarrassed," Mr. Depp said of the trial's personal disclosures, "because I know I'm doing the right thing." Several legal observers were taken aback by the verdict, noting that a British judge had ruled 2 years ago that there was evidence that Mr. Depp had repeatedly assaulted Miss Heard. Mr. Depp filed the libel suit after The Sun, a British tabloid newspaper, called him a wife-beater in a headline. In that case, the judge ruled that the defendants had demonstrated that what they published was substantially true. While none of this makes Depp look good, it's worth noting that he never looked like a Boy Scout in the first place. In 2020, he lost a libel suit against The Sun after the newspaper referred to him as a wife-beater. This is the guy who joked with a friend about murdering Heard. He wrote, "Let's drown her before we burn her. I'll fuck her burnt corpse later to ensure she's dead." Depp has a well-documented history of toxic behavior, yet there was a long line of people ready to dismiss his bad behavior while jumping on any excuse to paint Heard in a negative light throughout the trial. Will the information in the court documents sway public opinion about Depp and Heard? I doubt it. Despite the fact that some celebrities have distanced themselves from Depp, if the trial taught us anything, it's that misogyny is more appealing than facts to many people. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. But before that, we would like to know, what are your views about this? Do you think Johnny Depp will have to face the court again? Let us know in the comments. Like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the next video.